Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this week's Junk Journal with Me video. Before we jump into the journaling process today, I just want to quickly show you this little printable that I'm going to be using in today's video. So this is a little chatterbox printable, at least that's what we used to call them in Australia when I was in school, but I've also seen them be called fortune tellers, and typically you would have like colors and numbers, and then you would lift a flap and you'd kind of like read someone's fate to them. And it was something that's kind of nostalgic, something that we used to do in school, and I thought it would be kind of fun to create like a journaling version of that. And so in the one listing there's a bunch of different versions of the same thing, and that's just so that you can sort of customize it to however suits you. There's black and white versions, there's colored versions, there's a muted version and a more vibrant version, and then there's also some that don't have the journaling lines. There's some that just have a blank space, and there's some that don't have the focal images, so if you wanted to you could write or draw your own images. You could also put stickers and stuff inside the little boxes, and so I just wanted to make sure there was a nice variety of different variations of the same printable so that you can use it however suits you. There's also a blank template that comes in the pack, and that's just in case you want to draw like your own intricate design, and the template, it just shows you where the fold lines are. All you have to do to assemble them is just trim it down into a square. So the images are designed to be a square, but I printed mine on A4 paper, so I had to trim off the excess. And then you just want to fold it corner to corner with the image on the inside, and then open it back up. And then you want to flip it over, and then you want to put the corners into the middle, so all the corners meet in the middle and it creates a smaller square. And then once you've folded all the corners in, you want to flip it back over again, and you pretty much just want to repeat the same process. So flip it over and then make all the corners meet again in the middle. And I just printed mine on really thin copy paper. I kind of like that because it ends up being like 3 or 4 times as thick once you've folded it, so it's not too bulky to put into a journal. If you want to be able to use it as like a traditional chatterbox, you also want to fold it over again both sides, like creases down the middle, so that it's easy to pinch your little fingers inside and then use it as a traditional chatterbox. I thought these would be really cute as little journaling spots, like little interactive journaling cards, or like little journaling spaces inside a journal. And I also thought they could make really cute little additions to snail mail, because you could write like your questions for your pen pal on one side, and then you could lift it up and have the answers written inside. So I thought that would be kind of fun as well. So I just wanted to show you those really quickly because I am going to be using one of those in my journaling process today. I don't really have a lot of ephemera to work with. I also have this little thank you card. It came with a journal I purchased from Penny and Rose Papery. She's one of my favorite junk journal artists, and so I really wanted to have one of her journals. And I haven't put the thank you card into my personal journal yet, so that's what I'm going to do today. Just giving you a quick little peek inside the journal there. So those are kind of the 2 only bits of ephemera that I have that I want to play with. I don't have any photos or anything yet. I'm waiting for new ink for my photo printer to arrive, and so I'm just playing around without photos today. I have these little Disney postcards that I think are really cute, particularly the Snow White Disney postcards I really like, and so I just picked one of those to include, and I decided to include it on that shorter page because it fit really well, and I just incorporated that as like a little fold out. And to do that I just added some washi tape on both sides just to create a little flip. I'm going to take the envelope from Gabriella, Penny and Rose Papery, and I'm just going to glue the flap over the edge of the page. and that's just gonna again create like an extra little fold out, and then I'm going to slip the thank you card straight back into that envelope. So I just thought that that sort of belonged in there, and I liked how that looked. Now I'm just trying to work out where I'm going to put this little piece and how I'm going to use it. I thought it would be kind of cool to glue it down onto the page and have like 4 little flip out spaces, but I wanted to showcase both sides. And so I thought it would be fun to create like a little tuck spot instead, so that you can actually take the whole piece out and have a look at all of the sides of it and flip it open and use it as a proper chatterbox as well if you wanted to. So I took this little ephemera piece and I just stapled that along the bottom, and that just creates like a little tuck spot for me to slip that into. Then I have this scrap piece of paper. This is some blue vintage paper I actually got from my nana's house, and I'm just trimming down a little piece of that with my ruler just to include. I felt like it complemented that floral paper particularly, and as this page was coming along I felt like it was starting to feel like a little bit fairy tale themed, especially with the Snow White postcard. And so I pulled out this is another printable from my shop. This is a book cover printable with the castle, and I liked the way that this looked with that blue paper, so I'm just kind of fiddling around with that and trying to work out how I'm going to incorporate that onto the page. I thought about gluing it straight down and then having like a little flip out journaling space, but I kind of liked the way it looked just sitting straight on top of the blue paper, and so I stitched around 2 edges and that created like a little tuck spot in between. And then I'm going to use that excess blue paper as like a little tab to stick it over the edge of the page, which again creates another fold out. So this little spread has 3 total flip outs by the end, which is kind of fun. It's very interactive. Now I'm just trying to work out what else to add to the page. I've got a few little bits and pieces laying around that I want to play with. Some of these are from the Magic Morning fold outs, and then I've got like some scrap paper. I'm just trying to figure out what's the perfect piece to tuck into that pocket. And I decided to have a look through the journal from Penny and Rose Papery and see if there's a piece in there that I could incorporate into this page. I really liked the way this tag she'd made looked on this spread. I felt like it looked really magical, and it kind of tied in with the fairy tale theme. So I was just choosing out of 2 tags that she'd made, and yeah, I really liked the way the first larger tag looked, and so I decided to include that in my personal journal. I'm gonna do some journaling on the back side of that a little bit later. Then I'm just working out what else to layer on top of the floral paper, and I just used one of my illustrated linen printables on top of that. I like that it gives me a little bit of journaling space, but it also kind of doesn't cover up too much of the page, because I really like that patterned paper. I'm sorry if you can hear birds chirping, they are going crazy right now. I feel like every time I film at our new house there's like motorbikes going past, like really loud cars, and there's like kookaburras and other birds are chirping, and it's like so loud. So I'm just playing around with some of those other Magic Morning fold out pieces. So there's like a hand mirror that I felt like kind of tied into the fairy tale theme, but I just wasn't 100% feeling it on that page, and so I'm just playing around with all the other pieces that I have to try and decide which looks the best. And then I ended up coming across this little scrap of vintage wallpaper, and I felt like this looked the best out of everything that I tried. I liked it the best, so I decided to just trim that down and sort of stick it along the top edge of that ledger page. So I used glue, and then I knew that wasn't really going to stick very well because it was so like, it was like a really tattered piece of wallpaper, and so I put 2 staples along the top of that as well. And in my mind at this point I'm thinking I'll add a little sticker on top of that, and it could be sort of like a title to the spread. And now you can see I've gone and done all my journaling. I ended up using the little Chatterbox journal card piece as like a way to segregate my journaling into like 4 sections. So I did like to-do list, wish list, craft room, and I think I did like craft projects or something. And that was just kind of like a way for me to do like a little list for each section or each category. And now I'm just looking through my vintage playing cards. I'm just trying to find a piece that I think works on the back of that little mini page in the middle. So I wanted to put something on top of that dark contrasty floral I just wanted to have something more interesting sit on top there. So I picked between a couple of cards that stood out to me. There was one with a deer, one with like a bird, and then there was one with this cute little couple, which I felt like the white contrasted really well with the black, and also the image on it sort of matched in with the whole romantic fairy tale theme. Last of all, I'm just pulling out some stickers. These little stamp stickers are, I'm pretty sure I got them on eBay. I got them a long time ago. They were really cheap and there was a lot of stickers. And yeah, I'm pretty sure they were from eBay, but I'm just picking like a little faux stamp to stick on top of the postcard just to add some extra interest. And then I'm just looking through the rest of my stickers just to embellish the rest of the pages a little bit more. So like I said, I wanted to add a word sticker on top of that wallpaper piece, just as like a title to the spread. And then I'm just sort of playing around and seeing what else I can add with stickers just to add more interest and more detail. So I felt like I needed to put something on top of that blank side of the book cover printable, and I thought that this gold like award sort of sticker looked cute, and I just layered a little floral sticker on top of that. And yeah, you can see there's lots of layers in this spread. Things sort of like pull out and peek out, and there's lots of pockets and flip ups. And yeah, I think it looks really cute. So the last thing I did was just take some more stickers. These ones are like photo corner stickers. All of those stickers there, apart from the stamp stickers, are crepe paper or Maggie Holmes. And yeah, I think they looked really nice just to bring out that postcard picture a little bit more. And now I'm just giving you a little look up close at all the details and the finished spread. I really like how this turned out. It's always a bit more of a challenge to do like a creative journal session when you don't have photos. I feel like I really do like to use photos as my focal images because I feel like it's such an easy way to put your life into your journal, but it's always a nice challenge as well to try and work without photos and just do journaling in a creative and visual way. So I really like how this turned out. I love all the little interactive elements to the page. I'm going to have a link to the Chatterbox printable down below in case you're wondering, and anything else that I mentioned, if I can link it down below, like Penny and Rose papery, and yeah, I'll have all that in the description box. I hope you guys enjoyed today's junk journal with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.